Hello guys, welcome to the webinar on strategy optimization. We're going to be testing a strategy on Binance ETHUSDT. Alright, and we're going to take it really slow, so this might be about an hour. We'll see how it goes. So basically we'll stop when we find something interesting. And let's first of all start off with having a look at the data and the strategy rules. Okay, and the concept behind the strategy is pretty simple. However, yet it proves to be quite effective on some symbols, I think. So you can find more information about this strategy here. Excuse me. But basically, we have a Bollinger Channel. Okay, and which is formed by offsetting a certain value of the main average line, which can be an EMA, HMA, or whatever. So we're actually able to select this middle line, which is this one. So I'm going to go for HMA, for example, and run strategy. Okay, so when excuse me. When a bar closes above a Bollinger Channel, we enter with two lots. When I say lots, I mean two positions, right? So this can be 3, and this can be 4, this can be 10, this can be 20, whatever. But we split the position, right? Using two profit targets. The first profit target is set, and the second profit target is set higher than that. And when we hit the first profit target, we adjust the stop to break even, okay? So now, that's the first option. There's also another option. Another option is we apply this Bollinger Channel in the first case to the price. In the second case, we apply it to an indicator like RSI, for example, in our case. So let's have a look at a few scenarios. So we're looking at a 15-minute chart, and let's just set the ranges. So I'm going to be looking at 2022, okay, so for a full year of data. Okay, so let's have a look at a few trades. So we can see this guy enters long in the breakout, okay, then our stop is set. I don't see the stop, but if I actually go ahead, let's see if this really slows this down. I'm going to plot exit levels. Yeah, this is ninja stuff. Okay, so we can actually plot levels, but plotting these levels really slows down the strategy. I hope I will not have to restart the strategy. Okay, so just bear this in mind. You can plot exit levels, which are basically profits and targets. These are drawing objects, and when they're plotted, it just really annoys Ninja, and you can see this happening. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is actually I don't know, I'm not gonna wait until he's done with this. I'm gonna pause this video and restart. So I had to restart. So guys, if you want to plot exit levels, do it on a small period of data. So for example, let me do this again. And crashing is okay as long as it happens, and you understand why it happens. So for example, I don't know, give it like 1 month of data. I just want to show you, there we go. I just want to show you the actual levels. So there we go, and let's do it one. It should be okay on a small. So this is like what? Oh, 200 trades. Okay, guys, I'm gonna risk it one time. If it crashes again, I'm not gonna do it anymore. Okay, you see? So now plots exit levels fine. You see it's these lines, but I'm not gonna do it on a big chunk of data. So on a big chunk of data, it's quite a few trades. Okay. And that's why he kind of doesn't like it, because obviously it's wow, 2,686 trades. That's a lot of trades. Okay, so let's continue having a look at this. So let's see what happens. So we are entering short here. You can see it's doing some pretty good trades. Okay, so our stops and profits are set right here using an ATR, which is set by this period, and our initial stop, okay, is this, and then this is our profit target, and this is our multiplier for profit too. Okay, so there's a break even that can turn on and off. Okay, and there are filters, so MACD and RSI. We're going to get to those later. And there's also stuff like, you know, trade direction, channel period, and the offset of the channel can be done using standard deviation 1 or more or less, or ATR. So, for example, okay. Now, if I go for RSI entry, basically this is going to make it possible to trade this thing using an RSI. So I'll have to put an RSI into a Bollinger like this. You actually have to have like the same, like you see this one's on the left, this one's on the right. It actually should be, they should use the same scale. Otherwise, you won't see the correct places where they actually, or where this line goes out to Bollinger. So now it's not good enough, okay? But Ninja doesn't like it. Doesn't plot it like on the same Y scale all the time. Okay, it just puts it on different ones. Anyways, so for example, here's an enter short, and you see it's because this one crossed under. Okay, here's another enter short, yeah, because this one crossed under, and it's an RSI inside a Bollinger Band. Okay, so when you actually, that was like a little intro about like the strategy rules, so you know what's going on. And to optimize the strategy properly, right, you do really have to understand the strategy and what's going on, because as you can see, it has quite a few parameters. If you just like, there can be a few different approaches. So you could just go ahead and you know, stick this all into the genetic optimizer with like billions of variations and iterations, and that's one approach. And another approach which I also like is I kind of narrow down the optimization. Okay, and I'll show that manually now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to backtest this on 2022, and I'm actually going to out of sample trade it on 2023, half of a year. Okay, so let's start off, and I'm not going to use RSI, I'm just going to use the price for now. So I'm going to be looking at the analysis. So as we can see, this doesn't look too good. Okay, so I mean, this is like a lot of trades. Okay, so I'm going to increase the channel period to maybe loosen out the noise, and you can see that made a dramatic change. Okay, and so it was like what, 40? I mean, the trade count just increased dramatically. So we can see that the channel period affects the equity quite seriously. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pop up a second window here, and I'm going to open an optimizer. Okay, and so it's quite obvious that the first thing that I want to optimize is the period, because that makes a dramatic change. Now, if I go and circle through these HMA, SMA, you can see that they're also impacting this, quite a lot. Okay, and I mean, it can't really go on forever. So it's quite obvious for me that I want to try get the best period and the best MA type in order for figuring this out. Okay, so I'm going to start my optimization like this. Where's my NinjaCoding strategies? And this is the Bollinger Breakout. Okay, Now, what I also want to do, okay, I'll do that next anyway. So, so channel MA base, I'm not going to do that. So period, I'm going to go start from, okay, whatever. I'm going to start from 10 and I'm going to go up to 300 with a step of 10. Okay, so is my symbol. Okay, I'm going to select my symbol. Second. So here's my instrument. And here's my 15-minute chart. And I'm going to be running like this. So that's 30 iterations. That's not a lot. Okay, that's not a lot at all. And I'd probably want to even keep, like, I don't know, I want to keep all 30. Let's see if I can, my memory can handle that. Oh, it can. So we can see that. Let's see how they differ. All right. I mean, that's like something not too bad out the box. Let's go ahead and, so this is all EMA, and we can see the period 260, 250, 220. Quite a lot of trades, a very good percent profitable. Okay. Okay, so this is all MA. Right? That's interesting results. Okay. So the next thing could probably try. Okay, so now we're actually maximizing the profit factor. And what I want to also show you is that when I optimize the profit factor inside my performance matrix, optimization fitness, maximum profit factor, I'm doing this. So I don't want to even look at anything that's below 50 trades. Okay. I could, I hope, it would be really cool if this could be a variable and I could like input this every optimization. But like, because I'm now optimizing 1 year of data, right? And I could even say, no, I want to build a fast system, those trades all the time. So I'm not interested in anything that's less than 150 trades. So I'm going to save that. Okay. And what I'm going to do next is this is 30 combinations now. And as you can see, I got 1, 2, I'm going to skip the VWAP, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 EMAs, right? So that makes, right, so 30 combinations now times 7, so that's 210. So I want to have a look which MA is best. And I'm just going to keep 10 this time. Let's keep an eye on the memory. Ooh, getting close. I don't want to get too close. I gotta get 8 more gigs of RAM. All right. It seems that the HMA 280 is the way to go. Look at that percent profitable. That's very good. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so this looks very, very similar, right? So even with the EMA going, plus minus 10, 20 units in the period, the results are pretty stable. TMA, not too bad either. Okay, let's HMA again. Let's see what the WMA did. Okay, sorry. So that was pretty fast. Anyway, usually this takes longer to find something. So let's stick with this. And let's just go and have a look at this in a separate tab. Okay. And let's see what would have happened if, let's say, hypothetically, I like what I see and I want to trade it. So I'll just go like this. And today is what, like middle of June, what would I've achieved? Okay, so this would be what have happened to me. Okay, so these are my expectations. Okay, these are my expectations, and let's have a look at the expectations first. So I'm going to keep this open one more in the tab, hoping my memory is fine. Okay, just add 100 megs in memory. Now, look at the analysis. I'm going to actually do a little trick here, and I mean, this is the whole year, right? Let's see at the drawdown. So $600. Okay, I can probably handle more than that. So I'm going to push this up to 10 and push this up to 20. So because, I mean, the risk, oh, that's a bit too much. So let's go 5 and 10. Well, let's see how the cumulative net profit is looking. Well, that's much better per year. Okay, but let's go 5 and 7. Okay, so this looks better, you know, but you can even do, you know, so for example, we're happy with these settings. So it's HMA and it's 280. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this off. So HMA, and we're going to go for the period. Where is that channel? 280. And this is going to be 280 as well. And so we're just preparing for our next optimization. And let's have a look at this stuff. I was thinking to maybe optimize the drawdown, but then I figured it'll just give me the least possible drawdown based on the net profit is going to go down as well. Okay, so well, let's go. Maybe I'll start with like I didn't enable position size for optimization. Well, we could easily add that. Just bear with me. So I'm just going to gonna do this. It's actually pretty common that you code little things in while you optimize, because you don't realize things until they're done, like that. Okay, just add a property here, and this is going to allow us to optimize this. Let's hope it won't. Okay, so now I'm going to optimize position size, and I'm going to have this go for a minimum of 5, a maximum of 10, and this, I'm not sure, I don't think this is the best. So this is going to be the minimum of 10 and the maximum of 15. Okay, or even 7. And let's start with trying to maximize the, I don't know, the sharp. So what is it saying? 6 and 7 for the best sharp of 1.03. Okay, what if I go and draw minimum drawdown? Hmm. 6 and 13. That's interesting. So if I go ahead and look at this in here now. So 6, I was actually thinking in my head about 6 and 14. Was it 6 and 14? 13. Okay, 6 and 13. So, oh, that's a good one. Now, cumulative drawdown, well, I don't know, $5,000, okay, to sit through. So maybe we could lower this down to 11 or something. Or maybe 10. Okay. I guess. And let's put 6 and 10 here as well. Ooh, all right. So this is what I would have faced if I was to trade this. All right. Okay, so I'm getting slowly towards something that I wanted to show. Let's have a look at the summary here. So the max drawdown here is $5,000, and this drawdown wasn't even ever reached here actually. So so when you got up to like 3,000 here, it didn't really even break any expectations probably. So losing trades in a row, let's say maximum consecutive losers like 4, and this is like 9. So you would have probably, if you were to, trade the system, you would really end up with nothing at the end of the day right here after it made some. But again, you can see it has a very, very long period of just going sideways without really even making, so until the next big market move. Okay. Now, what we can continue with is, obviously, I'm looking for something to turn on today. So this is something that, well, I don't feel like turning on today. So continue looking, right? And let's see what else we can have a look at. So I'm going to open this in a new tab. And although I pretty much completely understand why it's like, going sideways here, as long as it's not losing anything, it's actually not bad at all. Because there will be some sort of market move. I'm actually quite interested what would happen if I was to go like this. So that's another sort of test. Unfortunately, I don't think there's data starting from 2021, but that would have been a pretty good test. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how other things can affect this, like closing the position upon the opposite signal. It doesn't really affect it at all. Reversing the position upon opposite signal, I don't know, middle channel exit. I don't see any impacts, like on the equity. How about maybe some filters? Okay, the MACD wasn't very good. How about the RSI? Okay. What if we, try this on a separate time frame? Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and look for some more things to experiment with. So we've tried going and optimizing the position size. So we're going to stick with 6 and, 13. So this is going to be 6, right? This is going to be 13. Okay, and what I want to add in now is a slight optimization on the profit. So profit 1 and this to like 4. So this should give me, ooh, this is a much smoother moving curve, as you can see. And I wonder, that's interesting. So let's see how this one works out. You see the profit 2, you know, is a bigger profit, so a bigger return. Okay, so let's see how the auto sample works out. Now, this is definitely much smoother. And where's the dates? Now this is where everything kind of proves right or wrong. Oops. But again, I mean, like, okay. So this looks very nice. Like, I mean, if you would have put this optimization on, you know, and you put this thing to trade on the beginning of this year, you would have had 10 grand by now. I mean, obviously this is a trend following system. So although with a big win rate, right, wins quite a lot. Let's look at the chart. So I mean, you gotta look at the few trades as well. So this is an enter short, bang, stop short and break even. Okay, so this is, I mean, this is a thing that Ninja, you know, you never know how this is going to work out because it hit the profit target right here, okay, and then it put the break even. So, you know, this break even might have not been hit, right, until a certain, you know, point later on, but this would actually be hit by a profit target. This is a good trade. So enter long. So this one got stopped out, right? I mean, this is probably not the best place to enter. Maybe so. You see, it was coming from the top, but the algorithm doesn't know it was coming from the top. You know, it thinks this is a breakout, right? Probably a good idea to add a few rules that, you know, at least a few bars. It has to be coming from the bottom. So think about that. So like this, right? Because this is considered a crossover because this bar closed below, this bar closed above. You might maybe make this even better. So some really good trades. Dang. So profit hit right here. Okay. And break even hit right here. Profit hit right here. And you never know. Maybe the break even wasn't hit. And it would have actually been this would have been one trade with the second profit hit right here. But nevertheless, you know, you can't really account for everything. Look at this one. Perfect. Just a perfect one. Okay, that's interesting. I just wonder how this would have worked out with like a single position. I'm not sure if it actually works with. Yeah, this works with. It would have been awful with a single position. Nothing really interesting. Okay. So guys, let's finally see the drawdowns. Pretty small. And okay, so as you can see, this is a fully tradable system. I mean, obviously I optimized and tested without some commissions, but let's have a look at what we got in terms of commissions, especially in Binance. I mean, if you were, they're percentage based, but our average trade here is what? $27. So average win is 160, average lose is 250. But we have many more wins. So we should be okay with our trades. Okay, guys, so like, to be honest, this is something I would have tried and traded. Like, I would put this in and trade it like tomorrow. All right. So hope you find this well. If you want to get the system, its source code is available right here. Okay. So under strategies, NC voluntary breakout. Okay. This video was recorded on 12th of June. And I was testing Binance ETH USDT, but they're pretty correlated with the other one. I don't have it here. So probably test quite a few symbols on Binance. All right, take care. Hope this was fun.